All right,
All right,
we
we're
are
back.
we are back, and we've had so many absences recently, but the awards have bled into 2014. But that's okay. We've got all our award posts up um, on the site so far
You like
that
that
we've done.
trophy.
But the big two are still left: best single player co-op game, and of course, game of the year, which will be next week. I wanted to wait to do this until we had Tetra Ninja, of course, Nick, who plays every game under the sun, so he'll know. The
Even
only
the Family
rule,
Guy game.
yeah,
Yeah, jeez.
the only rule, of course, Nick, is that it had to be on PC this year. So GTA 5, The Last of Us, of course, not eligible
Gotcha.
for our awards.
Just to
But we
be
have
clear,
quite a
just to be
list.
clear, they chose not to be eligible.
Yeah, that's true.
By
That's
being
true.
on
Like,
an
this is console exclusive.
You'll see
Yeah.
GTA 5 next year, or this year, sorry. Eventually.
So we have a little longer list for this one, but I'll read down it first, then we'll kind of go through some. BioShock Infinite, duh. Gone Home, Tomb Raider, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Gunpoint, Risk of Rain, DMC Devil May Cry, The Swapper, Dust: An Elysian Tale, which did come out on PC this year, was out on Xbox the year before. Spelunky, in that same boat. Remember Me, Saints Row 4, Path of Exile, and Metro Last Light. So, a bit long.
I think you missed one, Dan.
Oh, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is now in 7 million point font.
96-point bold.
You won't
I
forget it
think-
again.
Possibly forget that.
I think meaning that it wins.
Yeah, it
We're
is
done.
the biggest.
Congratulations. Okay,
So-
shortest podcast
Congratulations,
ever.
Euro Truck Simulator 2.
There it is.
Killzone Shadowfall has just been added to the list.
Oh my god.
Which, in a year when no other video games came out, might have won Game of the Year.
No, even then,
Even
no.
then, it wouldn't win.
we would have found some
That
flash
other
games.
PS4 launch game. Oh yeah, it's called Knack. Laughing my ass. off. Okay.
Rise.
I
Oh my
forgot
god.
this.
Take Rise off of there, Duke Nukem.
um,
I don't know why that's true.
It was out on PC.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, they're all PCs because actually, an Xbox is really a computer. Break it down, so I don't know why we're segregating them.
damn.
Nick, go back to sleep.
All right. First game on here, BioShock Infinite. I think
That
I
stays.
think that
He's
one's
gotta
going to go
stay.
through.
that one's going to
Probably,
go
yeah.
through.
I think so.
Obviously, a masterpiece in many ways. So, I mean, not too much needs to be said. We've highlighted it on best story. We've highlighted it on best graphics. We've highlighted it on, I think, even one more. It made several other
This one best story.
nominations for us. Yeah, it was nominated for best story. Did not win.
No.
This is best single player co-op. So what that means for people asking in the stream, basically not a multiplayer focused game. So Tomb Raider has multiplayer, but nobody gives a shit about it. So
I
it's
played
a
it.
single player game.
Wait, it has a multiplayer?
I
Really?
played it, couldn't get a full game.
But for instance,
What do you-
Battlefield 4 not up for this award because its single player is Garbo. So
I mean, it could be up for this award,
yes, I mean,
but it is
could
not.
be eligible.
It has single player, it has co-op, but I don't think any of us really think that would be Game of the Year for the
No.
single player experience.
And this is for the full experience, guys. So BioShock Infinite was a nominee for Best Story for us, as it should have been. It didn't win, but this is for the whole experience. So the combat will factor in and all that kind of stuff in this.
I do want to mention that back in the Respawn days, Sark and I were pro at Tomb Raider multiplayer. I just linked the video in the chat, so you can check it out.
Nice.
And
But
actually,
not
in that
even-
video, though,
plug.
it's what you said, Nick. We didn't get a
Yeah,
couldn't
you
get
can't.
into a game
Like you couldn't find people.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I played one game and it was like 2 versus 2.
Oh yeah, put that in there. The last one that just got added. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
too.
I did.
All right, Gone Home. This one best indie game for us. This one best story for us. Already, it has gone through much critical acclaim. Hex, does it stick to to the end?
I would say it gets at least through the first round. As far as a single player experience, I would be hard pressed to tell you there's a more compelling one this year.
All right. All right. I will say that one will stick. I don't know if anyone else has played it, but
Fenton, you've played
I
it, right?
have. Yes, I can vouch for it.
yeah, credentials alone, that one I think has to make it through this. This is gonna be a hard list to cut. Some of these are obvious, like,
It is.
but all right. So, Tomb Raider.
Still
Up
haven't
next.
played it. Had it in my
I
library
think
for
I
probably
don't
6
think
months.
it makes it through because of the
Yeah.
quality of everything else, but I do want to say that it was fucking incredible.
Mm.
And I don't know if it was fucking incredible because I was expecting something else or if it was actually very good. That's where the problem comes in with Tomb Raider.
Here's the main problem with Tomb Raider, which is probably my vote for this. If it doesn't make it through, I'll have to vote for something else. It was probably the best overall experience playing a game that I had this year, the whole way through. QuickTime events. Can we please stop? Can we please fucking stop, game designers? Can we just...
That is almost enough reason to not get it through. But what I played of it, I really enjoyed. I didn't finish it, but I think it's a really very good game.
Their reimagining of Lara Croft is very well done.
Oh,
it's
yeah, that too. That too.
Hot as well, but very well
Badass.
done.
Although I do kind of prefer Lara with, polygon boobs.
Same.
In the sequel, you can unlock.
I was a big fan of the hair myself. I really like the hair.
I like a
the-
woman that I could pick up by the ankles and use as a deadly weapon. And pointy
The
titties.
best part
baby.
about the new Tomb Raider is she got a new weave.
So the gameplay was fantastic, like shooting, stealth, all that stuff was really
Visuals.
great. I think I
Oh, yeah.
only uncovered like 25% or 30% of the stuff in the game when I beat it. So there's a lot to explore if you wanted to do that. On high difficulty, it was, I'm guessing, pretty hard because I died more than a few times on normal. The bow and arrow stuff was great. I don't
Seriously,
know.
the bow and arrow in that game was awesome. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that.
The
archery with
2013 year of the bow and arrow, Crisis 3.
Yeah,
And Tomb
Far
Raider.
Cry, Crisis 3, Tomb Raider, all got bows. Like, god
Throwing
damn.
bows. left
Throw
and
some
right.
bows on it.
Archery
bows.
Most satisfying weapon to kill someone with is a bow and arrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a rapper, and I'm like Chief Keef. Instead of saying bang bang, I need like a sound for an arrow going. So it'll be like,
Whip, whip.
I think I have to agree with Dan. Everything you said was great. The only knock I have to give it against it is the story, which isn't the greatest of stories. It's
No, it's not.
No,
it's not. And I think I think it passes with the next round, but I think to win this category, you have to be the overall experience has to be well-rounded.
I think it's better than 5 or 6 things on here. Like
I would
like,
say
I
first
feel like
round.
yeah, I feel like everyone, all of the reactions to it have been positive, at least for the expectations. And again, it's not best story, like best single player. The combat and everything, the bow and stuff. I think that all factors into it. I think it probably passes to the next round.
yeah.
I'm cool with
Alright.
it.
Fair enough. I
cool
still
with it.
haven't played it. No fucking
Did the
idea.
connection
I was
drop?
muting. I
Hello?
was muting because mechanical keys. I was adding something to the dock. Sorry. Yes. All right. I'm glad that it goes
that
through.
should totally be on this list. How is it not?
Yeah. I'm sorry that I don't think it's gonna make it through, but it needs to be highlighted.
Yeah, disagree, bitch.
All right. All right. So this next game, I don't know if we're gonna eliminate anything once again. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
It's
Second
good,
best
but
experience I've
really
ever had
good.
playing a game outside of Deus Ex.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
high
that's
up
high,
there.
that's
It's
high
up
there.
praise.
Even on a controller,
Yes.
John. Even on a controller.
Yes, fucking incredible. The
It's a
mechanics
great
are
game.
incredible.
I
mean, it's a
thought it
very
was really
great
good. But
Emotions
man, you
were
feel
fantastic.
real passionate.
It
What do
was
you-
fucking incredible.
Does it make it through a first round of cuts? I would
up to
think
I
so.
say it's on
else.
par
This
with
is-
Gone Home. I would say yes.
This is, I don't think as a game it's the best game I've ever played, but experience-wise, it
Yeah.
had me like just sitting there at my computer staring at the screen. Like, is that really
Yeah.
a game? Is that
Yep.
a game?
Are there
Yeah.
10 better games than Brothers this year? That's the question.
That's actually
Absolutely.
probably not true for me. I mean, well, actually, no. I don't think I could.
All right, Brad Shoemaker, Brothers makes it to the next round.
All right. Now, I think only Nick has played this game, but I've heard so many good things I had to put it on here. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. AJ loves it too, and plays it on the stream.
It's an auto pass. Like every year, we get an Assassin's Creed game every year. I think this was going to be the year where this was like you had 3 last year and 4 the next year. Usually they take like a couple of years break before they start actually the numbers at the end. And I think everyone went into this year like this game's going to suck. Went in especially like they're going to review this game harder than it should have been. And I did not hear one disappointing review from the game. So, and it was well-rounded, huge open world. It's definitely, in my opinion, a pass into the next round, easy.
I will take you and AJ on this unless someone else has a real compelling argument. We should get rid of it. First round, first cuts. All right. Gunpoint.
I don't know.
Gunpoint.
Play it.
Anyone here play it? Diction was raving about it.
I played it. It's a good game. I think as a single player experience, it was really funny. It's very well written. It's a different kind of game. A lot of people called it like 2D Deus Ex. If you didn't play it and you didn't get it on the Steam sale for like $2 when it was on sale, shame on you because it is a really good game.
This is the game where you have to like hack the stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then you go through. Yeah, it was
It's
fun.
really
I
funny.
mean,
It's
I
a
didn't
fun
beat it
game.
or anything, but I played it.
I don't think it stacks up to anything else on this list. That's the thing. Like
No.
the one thing that could maybe push it through the next round is you have to remember this is a game that one dude made with Game Maker 8 by himself. All the art, all the programming, all of the animations, all of the gameplay mechanics. He did everything by himself. So, I mean, that might be enough to squeak through with the first
But
round.
does that make it the one of that where this
It's
isn't
just-
a charity?
it's such
There's
an amazing
no.
accomplishment.
This was a stipulation that this was a restraint he was put under to put it into the next round. It's either it was good enough to be or it's not.
Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
up.
Because
Yeah,
it's
I
going to
mean-
be hard enough to cut shit now as it is. So.
He
I would
wins best
say it
single
probably
player
doesn't
co-op
make
game
it
of the
through.
year made by one guy. So congratulations.
very
Right.
specific.
You've won that, but that's not an actual.
You're up there with
Congratulations.
wiggly brown spaghetti hair noodle or whatever the fuck that award was, and then that other one that we
The
had.
Tress
or something.
Effects Award, yeah.
Who's actually shipping those awards out? Those weird ones. I'm not doing that.
That's Fenton's job.
We're shipping awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna send them a picture of that gold mouse that I photoshopped onto a podium.
just a picture. That we should do that.
Nick.
Print it out and send it to
Just
them.
send it to the studio. Like, congratulations.
Yeah.
We're poor.
All right, so I think
Well-
Gunpoint doesn't make it to the next
I
It
round.
would
does
say-
not make it, unfortunately.
All right.
Oh, hands back.
Sneezes. Cool.
No, I was laughing at my cat.
Oh,
Move on before he
that little
talks about
bitch woke me up so early. God damn
Yeah,
it.
you mad, bitch? Me and Hammond, we got that troll squad rolling out.
Troll Squad.
2-man troll squad, get fucked, bitch.
Risk of Rain.
I haven't played
Nah.
it,
Didn't play
Nah.
it.
Very solid.
Nah.
Maybe
Tim
a bit
loves
limited
it.
in
Didn't
scope.
play it.
You played it, Hex. Does it
I
doesn't
played it.
compete with anything else? That's the
I
question.
mean,
Like,
it doesn't. Okay, the other games on this list are such like amazing games. Not that Risk of Rain is a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's a lot of fun, but it's not on the same level as these other games. I would say it doesn't make it through.
It's just a bit too. It's got really great replayability and everything like that. It's got a lot of love put into the game. It just it's a little bit too limited in scope compared to an experience like BioShock Infinite or Tomb Raider.
It's a very niche game. Like you need to be in the market for like a really punishing roguelike to want that game to be something you want
It's
to play.
not super
Platform.
accessible to everybody. It's very unfriendly to get into, which is not to say that there's anything wrong with hard games, but it's just very little story
Fedora
behind it.
wearing masochist is what you're telling me.
Right? Yeah.
It's like a fedora, you motherfucker.
Look, if you have our atheism
That's
as
a
your
flat
homepage,
cap.
this is your
The
game.
Irish wear it. The Irish, man.
The IRA.
And I have
wears it.
people current day wear them who aren't neckbeards, like fedoras. It's like
Hey, well, you got
wearing
real
one,
defensive.
you're
I
either a
wasn't calling
creepy
you
kid
out.
from today or a guy from the 40s. But,
Damn, I think we all just saw Nick Jenkins' face of atheism right there.
Yeah. Wow. Atheist came out strong enough
remember
the
it.
Martin Luther King moment.
Remember it.
for atheists everywhere.
I just don't think it measures up.
Okay.
Great
So,
game
would
doesn't
agree.
measure up.
I wanted to highlight the next game. This will not make it through the cuts, but I enjoyed it. DMC Devil May Cry, the Devil May Cry reboot.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, bitch.
The reinventing of Dante.
Backspace.
No, that's a good game. A good game. Best piece of pizza for a dick in any game this year.
That it wins that award.
Yeah, I watched the
Best
highlight
Pizza
of that.
Dick Award.
That was-
Backspace atheism.
Best Pizza Dick 2013. That's
No,
this-
it's not a bad game at all, and you should have picked it up if it was on sale on the Steam sale. You should have, because it's pretty damn good. Again, the story is just batshit insane Devil May Cry story. So there's not, it's whatever.
You know what you're getting with it, basically.
Yeah. You know what you're getting into with this, but the action's really good. But it doesn't measure up to these, but I wanted to highlight it because it's damn fun. There's a few of these games on here. It's just damn fun.
I'll back you
So,
up.
wow, garbage game. People in chat saying, "Wow, okay."
A lot of people
it
didn't like it. A lot of people
was a
had
good
bad things
game.
to say about that game.
I liked it.
Wasn't it kind of a big departure from the original Devil May Cry games?
No, it was just they changed the character skin and everything else is the same.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
If you
They
enjoy
just
Devil May Cry,
reinvented Dante. Yeah, that's all.
you
they
like
did.
hack and slash games, and you like
Nice. So
DMC.
you get the copy-paste game like Call of Duty.
But if you
Buy the
did
Wolf
like the,
DLC skin for
Copy
Dante.
paste Call of Duty. Copy paste Call of Duty.
Jesus.
even though it didn't come out last year, it is coming out. If you like DMC, you should definitely check out Metal Gear Revengeance that comes out, I think, in March or something. That
Actually, I
game
think
was
it's January 19th on PC.
Oh, okay. January 19th. Definitely check that game out. Get a gamepad, play it. It's a little difficult to get into, but once you get down the parry system, it's kind of one of the most gratifying combat systems you ever play.
Tyler Perry?
Ah,
The Tyler Perry combat system.
yeah. But I don't think it's going to get to next round based on being a well-run game.
This next game has to make it through this round of cuts. I don't know who's played it besides me.
I've played
but
it.
it's so well crafted and so well done. The Swapper is an amazing game. Made by 3 people. It is.
It's a really good game.
Everything in it was claymation and then put on into the game. The puzzles are pretty great, if a little redundant after a while. The story is very mysterious in it. It's pretty good. I do know how it ends, although I could not beat it because I'm dumb. And the music in that game is phenomenal too, and the atmosphere just. I think the Swapper has to make it through. If anyone has a compelling argument not to, you can say now, but the Swapper is fantastic for what it is, and I hope those guys go on to bigger and better things at Facepalm Games, I believe was the...
Here we go. Get that shit off this for fucking nerds and losers. Where's Madden 25 on this list?
Madden 25.
Like I'm gonna use my brain, bitch. I'm just gonna run an option.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh,
Never
wow.
mind, Game of the Year, Madden 25.
There you
Um,
go.
Go.
All right. Next game, which is a very good game. Dust and Elysian
You're a
Tale.
fucking furry.
Furry
It's
Simulator
a very,
2013.
very good
Got it.
game.
Very
the platforming is pretty excellent. The combos are it's really fun, man, and it's all hand-drawn animation. It's very
That's very
impressive.
fluid. Voice acting's really good for a game that has such a limited. Basically, the way this guy voice acted the game, he basically go on forums and be like, and ask friends of his online, like, "Hey, do you want to contribute some voice acting to this game?" And considering that was his method, it sounds really good.
Yeah, and
it's not
actually,
the best voice acting I've heard, but it's very quality.
Max Gassy Mexican passed on doing a voice in that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you fucking dodged a bullet, right?
Jesus.
This game sucks dick, alright? I ain't played it, but the main character's got a moose knuckle, alright? Like,
He does. He's very
got a
much got a
fucking
moose knuckle, which is
He does
especially
have a-
impressive because he wears pretty baggy clothing. How do you have a moose knuckle in
packed.
baggy
I'm
clothing?
gonna pull up a picture again. I did this the last time we talked about Dust. But this motherfucker got a moose knuckle.
He does.
Trying to show all these furry bitches his dick.
This game was made by one guy. The PC port is pretty good as well. There's no sort of issues there. It was on Xbox Live for, I think, a good year before it
Yeah.
came to PC. But he ported it over, all the resolutions, all that all that kind of stuff.
Link me the moose knuckle. I want to see.
I can't find the picture. I had a good picture.
I'm just gonna.
He's
I'm
just gonna link the AMA
type
about
in
the guy that had
moose
2 dicks
knuckle
again.
and turn off my safe search.
No, I'm trying to find a good picture of it, but it's like whenever he's in conversation, he has a fucking moose knuckle. Like it's just right there.
But I don't know that it makes it through. Tim just quit KBMOD, I think.
Yeah, he's gone.
Probably unsubbed. That's his game of the year. That's Tim's game.
Really?
Yeah,
Of all
Well,
the
if it's
games?
Tim's game of the year, then we're
it's
definitely
really
not
good.
making it through the just on principle. Sorry, Tim.
Yo, this next game though, Euro Truck
just-
Simulator 2.
I got it. I got the moose knuckle.
Link
This is
it.
important. I'm putting it in the Twitch chat.
Okay. The definition of a single player game, Euro Truck Simulator
Holy,
2.
yeah, he does have a big moose knuckle. All right.
I mean, kinda. It's not as pronounced as I remember.
No.
It's kind of
Is
like,
he
it
dream?
looks
Yeah,
like he's
game is-
tucking his dick back, like he's
maybe
playing
that's
goodbye
what's
horses in
Moose
front of the
knuckle, it's a
mirror.
mangina. That's a difference.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Good point.
We're
Whatever,
cutting
shitty
this
furry
game based on
for
Moose Knuckle.
furries.
But Dust is really good. But yeah, I don't know that it competes to the end here. Euro Truck Sim 2, Hex.
I mean, I don't
Best
think
game
it-
ever or not?
Okay, so here's the thing. It's the most compelling reason I can
No.
give you.
This is binary. Is it or is it
All right,
not?
it's not. But here's the thing. I can tell you, it's
What?
literally, if you're a PC gamer, the most compelling reason to buy a steering wheel. There is another game that's actually.
What does that even mean?
My entire life, I've been sitting here and been like, someone give me a compelling reason to buy a fucking steering wheel for my
This is
little
it.
city.
For 21 years.
Literally, those words have never even come into sequence in my mind at the same time.
I thought it was NASCAR, but no.
No, it's Euro Truck Sim. Because I feel like if you weren't playing with a wheel, this game, why would you even play it? Why would you even play it if you don't have a wheel?
Yo,
Like,
there's a
no, the keyboard?
multiplayer mod coming, meaning this is disqualified.
All right, well, that's it. Rick.
Alright, I actually legitimately would. I think a multiplayer mod could be really cool for the. For
See,
that
I
Yes.
think so too. I think
That's the
multiplayer would be fun.
It's a thing. So, there
But
you
no,
go.
it does. It obviously doesn't make the first round cut. It is. It's a hilarious game that I got for $6. I was like, well, I have a steering wheel anyway, so I should test it. But for the 3 hours I played it, it was really enjoyable. I'm
But they
probably
already
never gonna
have a
play it again.
multiplayer
So you used
version
it to
of this?
justify your former steering wheel purchase.
I had bought a steering wheel for Gran Turismo 5, and it works with the
So
PC.
you used it to justify your former steering wheel
a
purchase.
little
Just say
bit,
that
yeah.
that's why you bought it, okay?
Why are
I
they
basically, at this point, I'm waiting for Project Cars. But in the meantime, that 3 hours of Euro Truck Sim 2. So
By the way, there's a guy on Twitch right now streaming Farm Sim with a steering wheel.
Oh,
So
shit.
there you
oh
go.
fuck! You can use the steering wheel for that. Oh, I gotta go buy Farm
Yeah.
Sim. Hold on.
Farmer
Why are
Pro
they bothering
2014.
making a multiplayer mod for this game? There's already a multiplayer game for this. It's called Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. Came out in 2003. Like, step up.
The greatest
Truck games.
worst. Also made by the same guys who made the War Z. So there you go, guys.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking. Why isn't that on this list?
All right, this next game, which on a podcast that can play platformers correctly outside of Blacklight, might make it. Spelunky.
Nah.
Okay,
It's a really good
I
game.
have an argument for this. I say it makes it, but
You have a steering
only
wheel?
because of the crazy nonsense that happened with this game this year. Which, if you haven't
that's
followed it, I guess this one dude who I can't remember on Twitch did an eggplant run, which is apparently nearly impossible to do by yourself. And you have to like get this eggplant that spawns very randomly to the very last boss, and then hit him in the face with it. And it's nearly impossible. There are literally people that have like written huge, enormous diatribes about this very specific thing that has happened with this game, and I think that alone is enough to get it through the first
I also
round.
have to say, this was PC Gamers Game of the Year.
People were fucking
Yeah.
pissed
I
about
was,
that.
I was surprised to see that.
Yeah, I was also surprised to see that, to be honest. I don't know what Giant Bombs is yet, but I haven't
played it,
listened
so
at
I
all.
can't
But
say.
I would just seriously look up Eggplant Run about this game, and then that's
it's so
enough
hard.
for me. It's crazy.
It's so-
like the math and the sheer luck that had to go into that run happening, I think, is enough to make it through the first round.
Heck,
Blacklight, did you play
were
this
really
game?
good at bringing up really
No, I
interesting
didn't.
facts for these
I'm
Dude,
games.
this
meaning
is
to
like
get to it,
totally
but-
your shit. Like,
I know.
Wait, what?
Blacklight hasn't played this
Spelunky.
yet, which is amazing to me.
All right. Well, if he hasn't played it, we're taking it off the list as punishment. It's your
Wow.
fault. It's your fault he
That'll
doesn't
teach
win.
us.
You fucking
No, no,
asshole.
no, no, no.
Jenkins.
It'll teach you. Play your platformer games.
I like Hex's reasons though. We're like, look at this really cool thing that happened. It must, it deserves to. Like, is the game?
Oh damn, this shit's real niche.
I'm just. No, is the game like is?
It's
as
a good game.
quality?
The
If
game
it's up
is
there,
fun.
then
Like
we
I
can
played
make
it
very
a couple
quality
times on stream. It's
I'm,
a lot
I'm
of fun.
installing it right now. Fine, you got me.
There you go.
All right, so we're holding off judgment until he plays 15
All right,
minutes of
give
it,
me,
and he'll let
give
us
me
know.
4 or 5 hours. Podcast is on hold. Talk about the guy with 2 dicks AMA until I'm back, and then I'll tell you if it's game of the year or not.
Spelunky wins the KBMOD award for real niche shit and real quirky factoids.
There you go.
It wins the award for
Congratulations,
holding up
Spelunky.
podcasts.
You're welcome.
All right,
Most
this next
blogs written
game,
by fat nerds about it. It wins that award.
definitely wins the award for most misogynistic insults thrown at the main character constantly throughout the game. Remember Me,
There's
The
no way
game-
this is.
which
God.
does not win at all. You know what? I forgot when we did Biggest Disappointment. This should have been on there.
It
'Cause-
was.
Why is it in this category?
No,
It was
I
on
don't
that
think.
list,
I
I
don't.
thought.
If it was the biggest
But-
disappointment, then how the fuck could it possibly be up for best single player experience?
No.
How is there any
this? Why the-
overlap?
It should
Am
have
I
been.
on a
so-
panel with a bunch of schizophrenics?
No.
Yes.
Not should have been. Just the sound you made already disqualifies it.
I know.
I wouldn't,
That
I wouldn't
sigh
even
that you just
remember
made
me as
disqualifies it.
It's not.
But-
it wouldn't win most disappointing. It didn't fall that far.
Well,
Like,
it didn't. It
was
wasn't
okay.
Sim City, therefore
It was
it wouldn't win.
okay.
The category.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. Like they did. It
was
like it
okay.
didn't get up to expectations, but it was
All
still.
they needed, though, I said this before. All they needed was, Remember Me just needed to be a stealth game where there was no combat and only memory remixes, and that's it. If it would have been that, game of the year. Game of the year. You fucked up, but it's your first game studio that made this game, so I will let you off the hook for this once. Remember Memes? That's not a game.
I do remember memes though.
That'd actually be a horrible game.
I've been on Reddit.
Hey, you guys remember Doge?
God, that's
What a
it. The
great
game
meme.
just brings up.
All right.
It just asked you a question. Hey, you remember this one?
It
Remember
says
that
yes
one?
or no when you hit
It
A or B.
scans Reddit for the most popular meme. It was like, hey, dude, you remember this? And you log in once a week, and it's just like, hey, man, you remember Forever Alone?
God damn it.
I
Okay.
do remember that one. Yeah.
That was a
Next
great
game.
one. It wins.
Game of the
Do
year.
you think this makes the cut,
No.
Nick Fenn, or Tetra?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Saints
dude,
Row
it doesn't.
No.
Saints
Oh
Row
man, I
four.
love Saints Row 4.
It was
It's
fun.
not a
I
bad game.
would
It's
still
just not
remember
anything
me.
special either.
It's all remember me.
Or the same.
Between 3 and 4, it got repetitive for me. I was like, yeah, I get it. It's
I mean,
like,
before they
your
totally
sandbox is
embraced
there.
The fucking, like absolute batshit insanity, but I don't think it.
I mean, it was definitely fun, but it's not anywhere. It's not on the same level as Gone Home or Bioshock. Like, it's just a fun fuck around game. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. I don't think it's as good as 3 or 4 of the other games so far, but Saints Row 4. That's the last game, though, too, in Saints Row, for those that
Really?
don't know. For this current
I didn't know that.
cast of
Well,
characters.
yeah.
It'll be
I'm
rebooted.
okay with
It's
that.
a reboot now.
Johnny
Yeah.
Gat, no.
Oh no, I'm so
What
attached
a
to Johnny
deep
Gat.
character.
Yeah. If
There are
you're-
people who
Killed
really like this
people.
character.
Look, if you're
if there
one of
was
those
a-
people that's
If
really
there was a
attached to any of
funnest
those
game of the
characters-
year, if there's a
Nope.
funnest game of the year, this
It
would be
wouldn't
up
even, I wouldn't even give it to that
there. Really?
game.
I had
Nope,
a lot
me
of fun
neither.
playing Saints Row 4.
It got
Um,
repetitive for me, but after like 10 hours, I was like, yeah, I'm jumping
Well, this
really high
next
and
game
shooting things.
should have won another award that we went out.
Oh, here we go.
No one-
Sham in the
No one
chat.
on a fucking podcast that day knew what they were talking about. Path of Exile should make the cut. That is a fantastic game.
It was a great game in beta when I played it like a year and a half ago. I played like
It's a
9
great
other
game. It's been
ATRTSs since
constant-
then.
It's been in the top 10 Steam pretty consistently.
It's a free-to-play game. So are a bunch of other free-to-play
Yeah,
games.
so what are the other ones? Dota 2, and that's about it in the top 10.
Well, okay,
So-
is Dota 2 the best game this year?
Maple
Shut up,
Story
Nick.
there?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
Dota,
Dota
2 will
2
be up
probably.
for Game of the Year, that's for sure. But I
It's
think
not a
Path of
bad game.
Exile
I just don't think it's that good.
it should have definitely won Indie Game of the Year or been a nominee. It should have definitely done that.
What I played, I haven't played it in a long time, but I honestly don't think it was that good. Everybody else seems to be in love with it. I wasn't impressed, to be honest.
It's not a bad game at all. It's not a bad game.
No, I'm not saying it. I would.
It's a
not
better
even
Diablo
consider it
3
close.
than Blizzard made.
So
right,
was
but does
very
Path of
good
Exile
game.
get more credit for being the Diablo 3 that we all wanted? Does that bolster?
I
Because
think
that's
it
what everyone
should
says.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's
The
what everyone
impact
says.
it's made, and the impact
Yeah.
it's made on Steam. Like,
That's what you're saying.
not all Hex throws out free to play. Well, there's only one other free to play game that makes consistently top 10 active players, and that's Dota 2, which is always number one.
TF2.
Well, I don't
TF2.
even. TF2
It's
is
a
a
free to
whole
play game.
Technically.
yes, but it's also been out for 8 years.
I mean, I put
Yeah.
money into, like, I bought into Path of Exile, and it's not a bad game at all. I mean, I just don't think it's. I mean, it's not as good a co-op game as friggin'. I don't know. I would sooner play Payday 2 than Path of Exile. Like,
I think
just
this has to make the cut. I don't think
all right.
there's.
I mean, I'll give you that. That's fine. It can make the first round.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to win at all.
Yeah, we gonna knock that shit out round 2.
It's gonna get real fucked up.
Do a drive-by on Path of Exile. Bang, bang. Put the silencer on like...
All right. Another one of the epic,
All right.
epic campaign type games of this year, along with BioShock and Tomb Raider Doge, which has been corrected too. Metro Last Light. I didn't originally
So
have
good.
this on the list. I don't know
Around.
why. Because when I played this game at the time that I played it before I played BioShock. This was, you play games throughout the year. This, at the time I played it, was clearly the best game I had played up to that point this year, or in 2013. I think it's got to make the cut. The atmosphere, the graphics,
yeah.
Yep.
the story is, but it's everything else about it.
Arjun!
The
It
sex
corrected
scenes.
every flaw with 2033 too. Like they went back and saw, oh, this didn't work too well, so stealth works, combat works. What about you, Tetra? You played through this, didn't you, or did you not?
I will say it goes to the next round, and I will give criticism when we get to the final round.
All right. So that gets through.
Make
God,
it wait.
stop putting Doge in everything. Stop it. Stop it right now.
You wanna mine for some Kanye West starting the 11th or
Douchecoin?
All right.
Kanye West?
Douchecoin.
This next game is a purely co-op game, although you can't play it single player with the computer.
What's it called?
It's called
Payday
Payday 2. Not called Pay Doge 2.
I don't think that's right. I think it sounds incorrect. Is it Pay Doge? I think it's Pay Doge.
Payday 2.
Nice.
I don't see Payday 2 in the document.
I was extremely excited for Payday 2 before it came out. Played it. It was pretty good. It improved on Payday 1. But I don't know. It didn't have any staying power for me. Anyway, despite the extensive leveling system that was way better than the first one. Yeah, like Payday 2, I don't think it passes through unless somebody...
It was an incredible experience for a few hours, but it's not a great thing. It doesn't stick with you, and that's what the best game of the year should do. It should stick with you, and it should be something you'll play again 5 years from now and still be like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Deus Ex, Game of the Year 2014.
But Payday 2, good game, but didn't stick. This next game, God
No.
damn it. This next game doesn't make it through, but I give it tons of props for even existing. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
It's fun. Yeah.
Someone convinced Ubisoft that this should be a thing that was made. So credit to
Testimonial by Hex. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun game. That's it.
Is that on the
It's
cover?
tremendously
In a
fun.
Yeah, that's
It's
actually
fun,
the KBMOD.com official quote in the reviews. It was fun, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
It's-
pass, go.
Yeah, get past, bitch.
we think it gets cut now. I
Yeah.
think it does as well.
Fast lane, switch lanes around this shit.
Blood Dragon is pretty
Well-
damn awesome.
The whole context of it was great, but like what made Far Cry 3 such a great game was like a major part was like the visuals, and there was just like
View distance was not existent.
in Blood Dragon like
There's
the color.
there's just no good visuals that and the game ran like shit.
Yeah, well the visuals did look good if you kind of like broke it down, but like from a distance, it the color palette they use and like the design choices they use, you couldn't tell that things look good.
Michael Bain, though. Michael Bain, best tutorial. If we had an award for best tutorial,
Yeah,
Blood
that's
Dragon,
Yeah, that would
Blood
be
Dragon
fair.
win, hands down. But very good game. Doesn't quite make it. They're making a second one. So
Are they really?
everyone who had fun with the first one, rejoice. Because they
Here's our early
convinced
review. It was
Ubisoft
fun.
to do this
Yeah.
again. More games like that need to exist, though, for sure.
Games
especially
where
from AAA.
AAA publishers don't take themselves seriously and just throw something together that's fun.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Like every game that indie developers make.
Yes. Yes. All right. This next one, I think, is going to make it through, unless someone has a reason not to. The Stanley Parable.
Is it a game though?
Is it a game?
See, but then you'd have if that's gonna knock it out, then you'd have to knock out Gone Home and potentially even.
I think the actual title for this award is Best Single Player / Co-op Experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
There we go.
I know I'm in the minority. I don't understand this game. I don't get it. I don't think it's all
Then
that
it
fun.
passes through to the next round.
If you shallow as fuck.
X is totally
No, it
baffled.
definitely passes through. It's a genius
I'm
thing.
sure it's like if
I
it's your
wasn't
thing,
joking.
that's
It
great.
passes
Like
through.
It's the most creative thing that we've seen in a very long time. It's ballsy
Yep.
as fuck.
It is
The
ballsy
mod
as
was
fuck.
good. The game is good.
Yep. It definitely
play.
passes through. All right. Who put Teslagrad on here?
I did.
Who would do such a thing?
It's a great game.
All right. This next
No one
one.
seems to agree with you. I've never even heard of it.
I don't even.
No
That
offense.
sounds like something I wiped off my balls yesterday. I don't even know what you're saying.
This Teslagrad on the end. Oh, man.
Oh God! Right on the
Right on the tip. It's the worst.
tip of my balls.
The tip of Mount Balls.
Oh my God!
Batman, Arkham Origins.
Same game that we played
was
the
another
last
It
Batman
is the
year.
same
Absolutely
game.
not.
It is the same game.
Yeah,
I'm
It
just
is
gonna say
Call of
no
Duty
because
Batman.
fuck Tim.
No, I haven't played it. Brandon got it for me for Christmas. I haven't played it yet, but from what I've read, it's just the same game. I want to play that though. I'm gonna have to veg out one weekend to finish it.
Still haven't finished that game.
All right. Round one complete. We still have a lot of games remaining.
Shit! Yeah, we gotta narrow this down.
Um,
All right, Madden 25, you win.
Good cast. See you next year.
Everyone load up your rifles. The firing squad's about to go off on these last couple games. Get ready.
all right. So the games remaining from the first cut. BioShock
See, like
Infinite,
9 nerd games in a row.
Gone Home, Tomb Raider, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, The Swapper, Path of Exile, Metro: Last Light, and The Stanley Parable. All right, we gotta cut this down to 4, possibly 5, if you can really compel me to keep 5. But most of these categories have gone down to 4.
I feel like Brothers and Path of Exile are probably gone. While Brothers, like I said, it's one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had. It's not long enough to really, I don't know. I feel like
That's fair.
it was a very short game. It was just kind of a thing that they threw together, and it just happened to grab me. I don't know that it would do that with everybody on the level of something like BioShock would. I think BioShock is a game for everyone, and Brothers probably is not.
I think that's a good example. Like
Are you-
BioShock, I'll speak to BioShock because I haven't played several of the games on this list, but I agree that BioShock is a game that a lot of people can enjoy, and I feel like it's not niche. I feel like some of the other games are somewhat niche.
I mean, if we're going down the list,
Like Path of Exile, I think is pretty niche. I think it's a very difficult game to actually get into. I think it's a good game, but it's not. Like I don't think it's the best single player experience for a wide audience.
okay, I can see that, but okay.
I like
Right.
weird games, so like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd have to say Metro has to go. I don't know. I'm maybe in the minority
You're
here.
fucking crazy.
Okay.
No, yeah, hear him out. I want to hear Nick out on this.
Yeah, I
Okay,
wanna
so
hear-
like, okay, so Metro game. The fact that that game by the end of it even existed was a miracle by itself.
Yeah.
Just like that even came out, like the development team, props to them for even pushing it out. But I'd have to say like the things that it was kind of like a game that didn't know what it was trying to do. Like it had great shooter mechanics, it had good stealth mechanics, but throughout the game, there was really no reason to go through stealth, in my opinion. You could do it. Like when I was playing, I tried to like not kill anyone, but there wasn't really a point to do it other than possibly an ending that changes at the end of it. But like there was really no reward or there was really no incentive to do it. So
Welcome
why
to every other game that has the option to stealth through it. Look at Deus Ex. Look at Splinter Cell. It doesn't.
No, but
matter.
usually with those games, if you go through it with stealth, you get a special weapon. Like if you play well, not I played the last Deus Ex. I didn't play the original Deus Ex. And there's usually a reason why you get like a special weapon that helps you be a little bit more stealthier. But with like Metro, there was really no point to do it stealth. Why not play it other than for the experience, which obviously it had a great atmosphere. But if you didn't have to do stealth, why would you?
I would say that the stealth actually in that game was so well done that it was too well done. You could stealth so easily through a lot of it. I used stealth through areas where I was like, well, I just want to get through here quickly, so I will stealth. Like, it was... You could go right behind people and stuff like that, so that was a little broken. The biggest downside for me was the story in that game, and then I guess, what would be considered the bad ending in that game. By the way, if you weren't looking for spoilers, it's probably not the place for you to be. Everything blew up and everybody died at the end for me. There's a couple endings to that game, maybe 3. But I got the bad ending, I guess. The story for me is probably not... The whole experience of Metro Last Light is not as good as the other 2 games that I would have voted for, or other 3 games. I can actually see 4 games on here now I look at this list. Metro, well, it is extremely good, and they're going to complete the trilogy of that at some point, which I'm pretty pumped for. I see 4 games on here I would put above it, just for myself. So
I have 3, so
I can't see it make a cut down to 4 for me. So
Axe it.
we done axed it.
Okay.
What about
So-
Dark? It's a shit game.
It got real dark and went from like pretty good. Wow. Terrible. It's good.
So I think we can all agree BioShock is going to stay on this
For me.
round of cuts.
Yeah.
All right. What about Assassin's Creed 4?
I'm the only one here that
play
played it.
I haven't played it.
So I say it passes, but if no one else plays it, then I don't know how you guys pass it.
I mean, as you
than-
said, I read a lot of reviews and a lot of news. I haven't seen anything negative on this game. Like, it's and it was a game that most people were like, "Oh my god, another Assassin's Creed game."
Right.
I just don't think I've only played it a little bit, but there's no way in my mind that this, at least for me right now, spoilers, that this is beating BioShock Infinite in the last couple. To me, I don't know. Maybe Nick has a different opinion on that.
But we just need a top 4, though. We don't need to say it's going to beat.
That's true, but that's a good point. So it could make it to top 4. I don't know.
Like,
I guess. Well, let's go to Gone Home. Is Gone Home making it?
I don't know. I think that's another one that's not necessarily for everyone. It's kind of
Yeah.
hard to.
Yeah, I
mean-
could see that one going.
I could too. As much as I love that game, I feel
I
like
don't care. I got it. Story of the year. We already
Yeah.
won this bitch.
it got 2 awards.
That's
so
true.
far.
it got story on indie, so if it doesn't make it for single player experience, it's a great game. I think everyone should experience it, but it's a very niche. Like, it's not BioShock Infinite, which it's just not. It's just not that kind of game.
Also, not to cheapen it on the length, but to me,
2 hours.
playing 13 hours now with DLC of BioShock has been rewarding for almost all 13 of them.
I mean, Gone
so-
Home was a great 2 hours, but also that game retails at $20 for 2 hours.
That's what I
So-
heard, and that's what I haven't bought it.
I
yet.
think
You
it went on
shouldn't
Steam
bring
sale
money.
for
You should
5,
not bring
'cause I
money
own
into
it
the.
for 5.
I don't know, dude. $20 for
does-
2
that
hours.
does.
That's
No,
that.
this
That
isn't-
factors into it for
isn't-
me.
This isn't the best budget game. This is best single-player co-op game.
Fucking
Even as
stupid
much as
board
I
games,
loved
man.
Gone Home, if I had paid more than $7 for it, I would have felt a little cheated because it was that expensive.
Stupid.
Well, joke's on you, 'cause
I
Board
thought
games.
Gone Home should. I would have willingly spent more afterwards. Obviously, that's hindsight. So
If you love it so much, why don't you marry it, Nick?
maybe I fucking will. You know what? It's
Do it.
California. We're progressive here. I'll do it.
So I think the majority here is saying we cut Gone Home.
Yeah, I would say it gets
I'd
cut.
be okay with that.
Yeah.
It has
Okay.
to enjoy
Even
its
Nick's
other
okay
two
with it.
awards.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
It's already won
easily
2
two
awards,
awards.
too.
It's not hurting for awards.
Oh, Gone Home's hurting for a squirting though.
Oh, I'm
don't know
gonna
what
give it
that
that
means.
squirting in the backyard.
Backyard.
I was gonna say back alley, and then I was like,
I mean,
backyard.
the lawn is looking really dry. Thanks for helping out.
No problem.
Could you
So-
fertilize
Skunk
while you're at it?
garage.
So
Could you
for me-
fertilize while you're squirting?
Jesus.
God damn it.
Wow. Okay.
So there's right now there's 1, 2, 3, 6 games left. Is that what I'm saying? Yes.
See. Yeah.
Yes.
6.
So right now, if I was my top 4 of what's left
Yes.
would be BioShock, Tomb Raider, The Swapper, and the Stanley Parable. Those would be my 4.
I think Stanley Parable has to go just because it's not
Yeah,
a game that
I
most
don't
people
vote for that.
understand.
Like Hex.
I mean, I only played about an hour of it. Maybe I should need to play more of it. But the first
You
hour, I was like,
simpleton-minded
okay.
bumfuck.
like I got what I was doing, and I was like, oh, well, this is amusing. I guess it's funny, but I didn't think it was as funny as Gunpoint. I didn't think it was
Is it
as
a
well
game?
written as that.
Is Stanley Parable a game, or is it?
That is like
a
an honest
thing you
argument
do?
to make.
Yeah.
about Stanley Parable.
it's a reflection of our lives.
It wants us to ask these existential questions.
It's
I mean,
like
that's the
the
whole point.
Matrix when the Oracle's like, you make choices, but did you really make them? And if you knew it, you were going to make them, would you still make it? And would the outcome be the same? Or would it be different knowing that you knew you were going to make the choice you were going to make? You're the chosen one,
Jesus.
Keanu.
Oh, God.
It's fucking.
blacked-
If you
it's
keep
trash.
talking like that, I might kill myself.
I blacked out for a bit. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Top
So
4, I would say, because I didn't play any of those other indie games, I'd go BioShock, AC4, Tomb Raider, and even though I was talking down Metro, by default it has to be on there because I haven't played the other games.
well, Metro's gone. See.
So I got 3 of them.
I don't know. I think as much as I love Brothers again, like I think it was too short to be. It's
Yeah,
not like a
that's
full
fair.
experience. Like I finished it in 3 hours,
Yeah,
and
we
I feel
finished
like
it
you
in
could
2.5
probably
on
finish
our
it in
stream, yeah.
little under 2 if you were rushing through it.
Fenton,
What?
Brothers.
I'd be okay with seeing that go.
Are there 10 games better than Brothers this year?
I wouldn't
No,
say so.
no, actually, because
Well, now we're down to.
all right, we are down to 5, which we could leave it at,
What?
or
leave it at 5. That's fine.
5 games win?
no.
No.
Vote on 5.
The
Oh.
nominees, essentially.
Oh, God. Thank God.
This isn't communism here.
I was about to
Winner
say.
BioShock.
Trophy. What is this shit? No way. Okay.
Everybody wins.
God.
Okay, so we have 5 games left, and I'm happy with these as nominees. We've had a couple other categories, 5. And I'm fine with that. And once again, community, if you don't know, there are votes up for all the other awards that have already been given out. You can go vote. I'm not closing those until we have a final sort of wrap-up show after we do our Game of the Year. So it'd be like probably 3 weeks from now
Where
or
can
something.
I find the voting thing?
Well, you can find it, Nick, at kbmod.com.
Oh, thanks. That site sucks.
So our final nominees for Best Single Player / Co-op Experience of the Year: BioShock Infinite, Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, The Swapper, and Stanley Parable. I think my vote.
I know what my vote is.
My vote is Tomb Raider. For the overall experience that I have playing the game. BioShock Infinite is extremely, extremely good, but I felt myself slogging through that game sometimes to the point where I was like, God, when is this stupid ass combat section ever going to end?
Yeah.
That is a fair. You're right. That is
the only
true.
knock I have against Bioshock Infinite is that like you've gone to extreme lengths to create this elaborate world, which is very fantastical, but the gameplay, even though there are like the plasmids and everything that kind of add like that crazy element, but the weapons you're using are a machine gun, a submachine gun, a shotgun, a sniper. If you were gonna push it out, I feel like they were trying to play a little bit too safe and make weapons that people. They were trying to make weapons that people just felt would be comfortable with. But if you're in that type of world, I feel like you should have more impressive weaponry.
I wish there was
What
more of a
difficulty
reason.
did you play Bioshock Infinite at, Dan? Did you play it normal or did you play it
I
hard?
played it, actually, I played Burial at Sea on normal. I played the regular game on easy because I just wanted
Burial
to
at Sea is hard. Burial at Sea is fucking difficult.
Yeah, Burial at Sea was no joke, even on normal.
Die
There was,
real quick. And you don't
I
got
was
a lot
out
of
of ammunition the whole time, but Burial at Sea is not relevant to this discussion. Infinite was way too easy on easy, but it was also like, that's the thing. It was so easy, and yet I still was like, oh my god, another section of this crap. I also felt like you could just use the fire vigor and just get through the whole game that way. Like there was no point to even having the other vigors.
That's what I was going to say. If I had one criticism of Bioshock, I didn't feel like there was really a reason to use the different weapons. I found myself only doing it, like only using certain weapons to get, an achievement or something, and then going back and either using like the lightning or the fire or like a small handful of the weapons in the game.
My biggest bummer with that game was Elizabeth. Like, her character was really well written, and I thought she was interesting, but she was useless in combat.
Hey, Catch.
Yeah, that's her
Dude,
whole
she threw you so much shit, you're gonna throw her on the
here's a coin.
all those tears with those fucking mechanical robots that shoot people. That's so useless, man. So useless.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Dude, Nick is
like
mad.
her story was really good, and I thought like the special abilities she had were interesting, and they were the one thing that added to that game over other Bioshock games. But if you get into a firefight, she sits behind something. Every enemy ignores her, and all she does is, here's a coin, here's ammo, here's a health pack. Like, she's totally worthless in combat. Aside from that, that's all she does.
I don't think there's any way, though, you can tell me that Tomb Raider is a better game than Bioshock Infinite. We talk about story. There's Tomb Raider's story? There's no way. Bioshock Infinite
No, it's not. But this isn't the story. This is the overall game, man. And I had a better time.
Story is
playing
80% of
than I
the
have
game
playing
to
it.
That's
me.
a huge part of it. If the
All
story
right, well,
is
that's
shitty, I'm not going to be
my
motivated.
vote is Tomb Raider.
I
There's
can't vote
7 of you besides me.
Are there 10 better Tomb Raiders than Bioshock Infinite?
And also, we also have to I'm going to throw out a hex thing here, which this is not really doesn't have to have any weight on the conversation.
Yeah,
but
talk
you have
about
to-
niche shit.
No, not niche shit, but just saying about how the expectations on Bioshock Infinite, fucking after the other games, was fucking immense. So to even be in this discussion to me is impressive because they pulled off. I mean, like you said, I agree with about the bigger stuff. There were comment sections that weren't great, but I don't know. Overall experience, though, coming back to Tomb Raider, I never finished Tomb Raider, and part of that is the story aspect where it's like I don't, it's not as good. It just doesn't. It's not as compelling of a. But you're right.
I'm not
like,
going to replay Tomb Raider.
No, I just don't.
I'm not going to play Infinite again.
That was the first argument for.
I'm not going to do this podcast ever again. You're all fuckheads.
My vote goes for Tomb Raider, but I do agree with your point on replayability, though. I do find myself every now and then being like, kind of want to go play through Infinite again. That's with the combat that I hate. I still am like, kind of want to go do that.
I'm like the only person that was like, hey, combat, I kind of enjoyed it. The combat wasn't bad. It's the fact that there weren't enough different enemies. Like it all seemed kind of plain. It was just like soldier guy and then soldier guy that can use vigors.
Like I agree with Hex, like with the whole Elizabeth thing. It did at some point get annoying where just in the middle of combat, just like Booker catch, and then just
I just thought she could have been used in different
that
ways.
was OP. You were invincible during that shit. During that animation, you were invincible.
I personally liked when
advantage.
I think the button to pick up items off the ground was the same as the QuickTime event that popped up to take an item that she was offering.
Yeah.
So I'd be sitting there like looting something, and before she even got the words Booker catch out, I would just snap my view 180. I was just like, "Whoa, where are we going?" Like, it was just surprised. I'd be sitting there like, "Oh, look, some goddamn cigarettes. I'm gonna smoke the shit out of it. What the fuck?" And then there's like a coin flying at my face. It was fun.
All right, so Scott, what's your vote, Scott? I'll go
I
around.
have to say overall experience. I have to say BioShock Infinite overall.
Okay.
I don't think Tomb Raider's a bad game or anything. I just don't. I just can't. I can't vote that as game of the year when BioShock Infinite. I don't know.
Exists.
For me, exists. Yeah, because it was. I don't know.
And obviously, my vote is Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Hex.
Mine's Swapper.
Swapper. Okay, so
I had the
three.
most.
I
I had the most fun with Swapper. I thought the puzzles with it were fun. I thought the animation style was really cool. I thought it was a really good game. I had more fun with it than either Tomb Raider or Infinite.
What do you think is the most well-rounded
BioShock
game?
for me.
The most well-rounded. If we were saying most well-rounded game, no, I don't think Swapper would win.
That's
I
the
would
best
say
experience you had of these 5 games.
compared to those. Okay, well, I didn't play Assassin's Creed, so I can't say anything about that. I don't get Stanley Parable. I enjoyed Tomb Raider. I enjoyed Infinite to an extent, but I think the most fun and the most time I put into a game was Swapper because I thought the story was cool. I thought the puzzles were cool. I liked the animation style. I also play mostly indie games, so sorry.
I forgive you.
Sorry, that's what I play the most of. I spent the most
You should
time
be
with
sorry.
that. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna sit here and play World of
Absolutely.
Warcraft like a fat neckbeard loser nerd. Hate you guys.
Fenton,
Yeah, only
What's your-
indie games like World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
what's your choice, Fenton? Out of these 5?
BioShock Infinite memes.
Yeah.
Memes are
Out of those 5. Yeah.
BioShock Infinite. Yeah, all those concerns that were voiced about it are absolutely valid, but it was still a fantastic game, and also the only one out of those 5 I played this year. So,
Wow.
There you go.
yep,
You can get on these. John,
I mean,
I
nerd.
think you said BioShock.
Yeah, I said BioShock.
Yeah. Yeah, Elizabeth. Woo!
Brandon,
Me?
No, not you,
What's your vote, Tetra?
Oh, it doesn't matter at this point, I don't think. But
Your
mine was
voice
No, we
matters,
still wanna know.
It does
Tetra.
matter.
Tell us. Tell us.
mine was AC4
Oh, wow. Still
because
stuck
no, well,
Never
okay.
mind. His voice doesn't matter anymore. He doesn't. Vote for BioShock. If it wasn't a vote for BioShock,
BioShock, like Nick said, it came in with so much high expectation. Everyone, and it met in almost every aspect except for those ones that we listed before, with the limited gameplay of gun mechanics and stuff like that. AC4, really, everyone expected it to be shit on this year, and at the core of it, it's a really solid game. A lot of new mechanics. Everyone's happy that played it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm more of an AC4 fan than I am a BioShock fan, but I just enjoyed the entire experience of playing as a pirate a lot better than the whole Elizabeth thing. I felt more engaged into the characters than I did with Infinite.
So AC4 for honorable mention for reverse letdown of the year.
yes, reverse.
I
that
actually avoided buying that game because I was real angry. I was like, oh, it's too soon after Assassin's Creed 3. Rah. And then apparently it worked out the opposite way.
Which is
That
the
that
problem.
is-
Jim
Like I
Leahy
said.
from the Trailer Park Boys when you said that.
propane.
A lot of people expected it to suck, and it didn't.
and I
Yeah.
spent my $60 on Madden 25.
Unforgiving.
For free! And I nutted on her spell.
Oh my god.
All right, enough. No, we want to recreate the whole thing here, but
Oh, it was so good. Brandon,
I would probably abstain because I haven't played enough of these games to give a proper opinion.
Do not abstain.
There's no-
Oh,
You
Well,
cannot
I
abstain.
would
You are
have to
unable
go.
to
Then I would
abstain.
have to go BioShock, but that's by default. So
all right,
BioShock
there it is.
Infinite memes.
there you have it.
There's
BioShock-
infinite amounts of dimensions where they have an infinite amount of memes. Think about that.
BioShock
that's
Infinite
true.
is your best single-player co-op experience of the year, with honorable mention to Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed 4, The Swapper, and the Stanley Parable. So there you go. That round table is finished. And next week,